Good evening. Good evening. Hey, you guys,
Good
how you doing?
evening.
Good. This is the Love Podcast tonight. We got some awesome people in the house. You got our host, Kenneth Session. You got our co-host, Doris Well Smith, and myself as a co-host, Anthony Bryan. Hey, we're gonna get through and introduce everybody. But listen, tonight we want you to sit back. We want you to get your mind right. We want you to open up your mind because we're gonna talk about love. You're gonna get love from three different angles. You're gonna get love from genuine love on how we deal with each other. And I think once you understand how we deal with each other, you're going to see why we call this the Love Podcast. Listen, I'm going to bring up the first. We always let ladies go first, and then she's going to actually have everything for us to do. This is our our second or to our first live. And so we just want to have some fun. If you come in the room tonight, will repeat this. If you come in the room tonight, come in with love. Don't come in with nothing but love. All right. So listen, I'm gonna give my Barry White and let it go over to Doris Well Smith. All right. Good evening.
Well, good evening. It must be love. I just had an hour and a half drive. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm still try to bring some love.
Yeah.
So my big thing about love is, everybody loves differently.
Mm.
Some people don't even know what love is.
Mm.
Some people don't even know how to love.
Mm.
Some people don't know what they love.
Mm.
And the bottom line is because if you don't understand love or know how to love, you miss it.
Mm.
How can you understand it when you're missing the bottom line?
Mm.
Like Jesus said, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. And in addition to that, thou shalt love thy neighbor.
Mm.
Think about that.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking because I'm gonna just play with it a little bit, and you know I know the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they all came to Jesus and asked him all kind of crazy questions when they already knew the answer. you know so if we had to sum up what Jesus' whole mission was, what was it about?
Love, making
Woo.
everybody understand bottom line. That's the bottom line. If you love and you love genuinely, see, sometimes people love unconditionally. But
Mhm.
again, according to the Bible, there are several types of love. And I think that's when I ask that question, do you know how you love? Is where I'm coming from with that.
Mhm.
Because one form of love is the agape. That's unconditional love. How many people can say that they just love unconditional? Now, I can honestly say the three of us, we have unconditional love.
Mhm.
It don't matter what you do, what you say, what you go through. At the end of the day, even when you're going through at not whatever, you know that the love is there. So it makes it easy for us. That's what makes it so easy. And not just for us, but for anything. When you love it unconditional, like our kids. It doesn't matter what they do, how they do it. At the end of the day, we love them unconditionally. And that's the reason why we tolerate what we tolerate.
Well, let me jump in here for a minute. First and foremost, let me tell both of y'all, I love y'all, man. I've
Oh.
been love you. Hey, Doris,
We
I love
love
you.
you too.
I love you long time, Doris. I love
I
you
love you
long,
long
long
time
time.
too, Kenny.
We go back to kindergarten. Well, not kindergarten because I didn't get to that.
Elementary,
We go
at
back to
least second or
first
third
grade.
grade.
Well, that was
Yeah.
Miss Bailiff. Miss Bailiff was our teacher.
No, Miss Kwan. Was it Miss Kwan?
No, Miss Bailiff was our first grade teacher.
No, Miss. Oh no. Miss Radwin. I don't know. I can't remember now.
We weren't in
When
the
you hit
first, second
past
grade.
22,
I
you
didn't
just
come
kind
to
of forget
school
all that.
about 3 or 4 times. I'm just playing. But no, we go back to Menlo Avenue School, which is incredible, incredible. We've been loving each other since then. Then Doris went off to Fauché, and you did your thing at Fauché for 3 years. Then we met back up at Manual Arts. Now that's Doris's little run. But AB, but you went to Normandy, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
He went to Normandy Avenue.
Neighborhood Normandy Avenue.
Normandy Avenue, and then he went to John Muir. And
Yep.
then he went from John Muir to Manual Arts. Now myself, I went to Menlo, and then I moved to Gardena. I went to Perchie. Then I went to Hillcrest over in the jungle, and then I ended up at Manual. And so we all ended up at Manual, and we come up out of Manual in 1980, and we've been friends ever since.
Ever since.
And what
Not only have we
can't
been
get rid
friends,
of.
we've had love for each other, you
Yeah.
know, and a lot of people can't say that, you know.
Right.
I mean, and when I say this, I'm gonna say this so that I can keep it genuine. It's okay to disagree. It's okay to disagree. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know. Not that that's something that we do, but a lot of times people allow that to happen, and it takes away from the you know, it takes away from the love, because they walk away. You should not be mad at somebody if they disagree with you, and they shouldn't be mad at you if you don't, you know, agree with them. But it's little things like that again, when you have unconditional love, you don't deal with that kind of issue, because the understanding is there. When you unconditionally love somebody, like you said, how the length of time we've had, you know, being friends and loving each other, we know. You just know, you know. I mean, and sometimes I have to remember that other people, I can't grant other people that same expectation. I you know, I want to, and when I do, I'm disappointed. So it's kind of, you know, so they don't really get that agape love from me, unconditional, because I give it. Don't get me wrong. Let me just clarify that, because
I
love
was
is
going to
love.
clarify it for you because I'm sorry to cut you off, but go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was going to clarify for you because I know you give it. I mean, you and I have talked about this where it's people always have other motives than what they see us, and we come authentically ourselves with agape love. But there's always, it's because we come that way all the time. Others expect it to be different because they're not used to it. And so then that's when we get those disappointments, or people don't do the things that they really supposed to do because they're looking for the catch-22.
Right. That's exactly, you know, I'm glad. Thank you, Anthony. See, that's what I love about you.
Quick? Can I tell a story real quick that
Yeah.
I've been holding this story for this podcast. I've been really, really holding it. It is a love story. But I remember one time, it was back in probably right when I went to the Navy, and I was in boot camp, and I came home, and I never forget this. Doris, wasn't that you and your girlfriend knocking on my door, coming to love on me? Remember, I think I saw y'all running from the house. Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
That wasn't you. Well, anyway,
No.
somebody loved me enough I thought it was you. I always thought it was you because it was a little short girl that ran across the street. And I'm like, who is that knocking on my door? And
There's a lot of short girls back then, remember?
I know, but she ran toward your house. Ain't a whole lot of short girls gonna come down my street. That's one of the stories. The other story is when I was in the Navy and I was getting ready to go to the Pro Bowl one year, and I had some buddy passes, and I had to fly through LA to get to Hawaii. And I'll never forget this. I tell people about it all the time, is that I got stuck in the airport because I couldn't get on that plane to Hawaii. So I called Doris, man. You know, I could have called anybody. I'm from LA. I could have called my brother, my cousin. I could have called everybody. But I called Doris. And Doris said, what? Where you at? And I said, I'm at the airport. She said, oh, don't worry about it. Floyd on the way to get you. I say, who is Floyd? She said, that's my husband. I take that back. I knew Floyd because I was at the wedding when y'all got married. But she said, Floyd gonna come get you. And Floyd came and picked me up, man. I mean, you know, that's not usual for a man that his wife has a man friend, and me and Floyd are just as good of friends as me and Doris. I'll never forget. Not only did he pick me up from the airport, but he brought me to your house, pulled out the couch, made up the bed, gave me the pillow and some cover. And I was like, and I think he made pancakes in the morning. I think you made them pancakes, didn't you?
Of course, you know that. Now, if you would have said he put something on the grill,
Right.
He put something on the grill, I would have said, yep. But pancakes?
That was you. That was you. I was fabricating a little
bit.
Give
extra props.
But it was
that's that agape love.
Right. But the amazing thing is I know that people are married, they have spouses, and their spouses wouldn't let them have a man friend. So I just want to tell Floyd how much I love him, because it's not, as a man, you have to be a strong, secure man to let a woman like you, that is as beautiful as you are and all that, have men friends. Anthony, that ain't normal, is it?
That's not normal.
Well, let me just say this. Women, you have to make your man feel secure. If your man have any reason to feel insecure, then by all means, yeah, but my mother used to say, if you go looking for something, you'll find it. But when you just put your man in a position where he don't have to go looking, and you just say, hey, this is what it is, this is what's going on, come on, you can listen, then they don't be in that position where they feel like that. It's something that you have to, it's like an acquired taste.
Yeah.
If you gotta have that acquired taste. So it says a lot about the man,
It shows you.
Because
I'm trying to tell you, I love you, but I love Floyd just as much as I love you, because that was one story. Here's another one for y'all. Remember you flew up to San Francisco, and you were in San Francisco staying at some big old ritzy hotel in San Francisco, and Floyd knew that I was going to be picking you up. And as soon as you got in the car, we called Floyd. I got her, Floyd. And Floyd said, all right, man, y'all have a good time. I was like, man, how beautiful is that you can, we can both interact with your husband without no issues with nothing, man. And that's a testament of how you love your husband. And when you love your husband the right way, your husband ain't got to worry about what another man gonna do, because he already know that, this territory belong to me, and my woman ain't gonna let nobody intervene or pass that. So I just wanted to tell Floyd tonight how much I love him and appreciate him allowing us to be friends, because he didn't have to even allow us to be friends no more.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. I got to interrupt you right there. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just keeping it 100. When it comes to your friendship, you don't let nobody come. If nobody's going to come between your friends, because you're not going to let your friends come between your marriage and your relationship. I cannot allow you to say that, because that is not facts.
I know my wife wasn't going to let you come visit me if I told her I was coming to pick up. I was divorced at the time. But if I would have been married and I told my wife I'm going to go, she ain't going to get her photos. You must be doing something with her. No, I
got to agree with Doris on that one. I got to go with her on that one, because that just means that's how come love has so many layers. And if you haven't put the love down in the right way, then yeah, of course, that's going to happen.
And when somebody is insecure,
yeah,
people, it's not about what you say, it's what you do. The bottom line. People walk around all day long saying this, that, and a third. But then when you watch their actions or their steps, they do something completely different. And that's what's important. And a lot of times, it's basically, you gotta have the right relationship. In all honest, we don't talk about every single thing, but we talk about most things and what's the things that are important. I don't hide anything from him. You know what I mean? But you got to keep in mind, I do some business. I do, talk to people. I don't let him know every man I talk to. Is that necessary? That would be, to me, in my opinion, an insecure man. I don't live in a box or a bubble. I still got to do business. I still have to live. So any man that feels insecure about a woman out there trying to make something happen, and it's just so unfortunate, that they interact with men. Anthony, you can back this up. Tammy's out there. Do you worry? Are you
No.
concerned?
No.
Because you are comfortable.
Yes.
You are secure.
And she makes me feel like that because we make sure. So it's not so I get 100%.
But everybody can't do that. Everybody is not capable of doing what you're talking about. I ain't never been in a relationship where a woman was okay with me being around any woman. Let me tell y'all the truth. I mean, except you, obviously. I mean, every woman I've ever been with know Doris, and they had to accept Doris because that's like my bro.
Right. And they all know, that I'm your sister. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But see, my point is, and Anthony kind of validated that, you're right. There's a lot of people that's not like that.
Well, because they raised different.
Well, that not only is it that their brain is different, because when it comes to love, true love, we all have that in us. And all of the negative factors or things that we mention or bring up has nothing to do with it. We create that. We make that. Somebody could love on you and you just, what's wrong with him today? You picking, you looking. Some people don't know how to accept love. They don't. You can love on them as much as you want to. Giving, buying, kissing, smooching, whatever. Whining and dining. That still don't make them love you.
Yeah.
They love what
let me take a little break real quick because we have a few people in the room. You guys can see we've had people coming in and out. And I just want to take an opportunity to introduce my friends to you guys. We're streaming this on Facebook today. We're streaming on X. If you guys will, tell some folks to come by and take a look at our podcast. This is our our second time, our first time doing it with our sister Doris. But we've come on to come together to collaborate. And the idea behind all this is that love is the principal thing, you guys. Out of all the things that we do, love is the most important of all of that. Sometimes people say that I'm a good person. A good person is lower than love. Being whatever. You know what I'm saying? Love is the height of what we can get, and we should all be focusing and working toward more love, because love will bring our world together. So anyway, won't y'all talk about where we at right now? I mean, we gonna kind of come back and talk a little bit about love, but I know that we're all over the country right now. So Doris, I know Doris is in Southern Cal. Doris, won't you tell the people about where you are? Because we look like we all sitting in the same spot. So won't you tell them a little bit about what you do and where you live and the area you live in, and a little bit about your family.
Well, let's see. I'm in the Inland Empire of Southern California. 3 children, 5 grandkids, a host of friends and relatives. I'm an underwriter. I've been an underwriter for over 40 some years. FHA, VA, Fannie Freddie, USDA, non-conforming, licensed realtor.
That's what I do right there, right?
What I do is I like helping people. That's the bottom line. If I can't help you, I'm not going to hurt. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to have you doing stuff that I know is not going to get you where you need to go. You tell me what you're looking for, what you're willing to do, and how you're willing to do it. That can be documented. Then I can help you all day long. All day long. It's just about communicating. I'm a communicator. I love talking to people. I feel like this about myself, Kenny. I don't meet a stranger. I really don't. And if I do and I get a negative vibe, it doesn't stop me from feeling love. It makes me just kind of stay in my place. Because sometimes if you give a person enough space, they'll be conforming. I remember I used to work for a company, and every morning when I used to go into the office, they couldn't stand me. because of the fact that they told my boss that I was like the sunshine walking in the office every morning, because I'm that person that walk in the office. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Fine. Well, okay. I brighten the room up because I bring it. That's how I want to start my day. And I feel like this: treat people like you want to be treated, and you don't have no problem.
Yeah. Well,
For the
let me break you off just a little bit. I mean, I want to give Anthony a little time right now to kind of talk about where you at and what you're doing and what, how your family is, and a little bit about your family.
Right. Good evening. My name is Anthony Bryan, and I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I want to just say I have two beautiful daughters. I have three grandkids. Have a family in Los Angeles. You're looking at my family that's in the California coast. And my company is C&B Network. As Doris mentioned, I love helping people. I'm a selfless servant. I like helping people. So the reason we put this company together is so we can make sure that whatever you need, we can find that need for you. We can help you from anything, because we just have friends that can do pretty much anything. And if I put my name on it, then that means it's a real deal. Um, I am happily 63 years old. Just turned 63. I'm excited about it. I'm in the Charlotte, North Carolina area right now, and I'm bi-coastal. I am retired. I am an entrepreneur, uh, looking to move abroad. And so those are the things that's happening. But look, I also want to say, if you come into this podcast, if you come on, no matter when you hear this podcast, make sure you got a pen, make sure you got some paper and take notes, because as we're talking, we're always dropping gems. And if you're under the age that I just mentioned, then these gems is going to help you to mature into the direction that you need to go. So take some notes, take some notes. I'm telling you, I'm sitting back listening and mentally taking notes too, and got my tablet right here, because the things that we're talking about when it comes to relationships, the things we're talking about when it comes to love, these things are something that is tried and proven based on us. We're not talking some stuff out of a book. We're talking about what we have done, how we live, and what's going on. So that's just a little bit about me. Kenneth, now it'd be narrate for you. I would like for you to tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are and why you here today, what you see our future is going to look like when it podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm Kenny Session. I don't know. I guess you would say I'm the producer of the show at this point. Putting all the graphics and things together, making it where we could at least look presentable to the community. But I live in Oakland, California. I'm a licensed real estate broker. You guys can see that I have my company shirt on. We flex in the night, Session Real Estate. I've had that company for 27 years. I've been in the real estate industry for 37. This is my 38th year in the real estate industry. But this is going to come as a surprise to both of you guys. Well, before I do that, let me also say I have three beautiful daughters, three beautiful children, two girls and my son, my namesake, and I have three grandsons, which are the light of my life. They're 19. I got a 19-year-old grandson, which is crazy, man. But anyway, and I do real estate and I produce some shows and I do some other stuff. But I'm retired, you guys, from real estate sales. And I just signed today with Next Level Speakers Academy. I'm going in to be a professional speaker from this point on in my career. And I'm just, you guys know me. I'm always pivoting to find the next best thing for me to do. I've kind of run out of my gas with the real estate industry at this point. So I'm going to take my game on the road, and we're going to go out and be a professional speaker now. So that's where I'm at.
That's awesome. Listen, Doris, you have the format tonight. Is there anything else we want to add when it comes to the Love podcast that we want to make sure that we leave some gems? We're going to come back. We're going to answer questions on our next podcast. We're going to just get together again, and we're going to bring some more guests on. So our goal is to grow this platform. So please make sure you log in, pass it on. It's going to be live. We're doing it again. We're going to come back again. I don't know exactly what date. I think maybe Saturday we may have a guest. But listen, this is what we're getting ready to do, is bring love to everybody. We're going to teach you, share with you, help you navigate through love. So, sis, I'm gonna quit calling you Doris because that ain't what I call you, sis.
I know.
What we got on the table? Thank you.
This is what I'm gonna end with.
About 5 minutes left, you guys, before we're going to get out of here. So let's go ahead and get our kind of wrap up.
This is what I'm going to end with. Our question is that we want our viewers, to respond back to is, do you know how you love? We mentioned the first type of love, which was agape, which is unconditional love. The second one, I may be pronunciating it incorrectly, but I'm gonna take my shot. Phileo, Phileo. That's brotherly love, which, most people that hang out or whatever, that's the kind of love they have. And then thirdly, we have storage, and that's family love. And that kind of makes sense because you kind of storage your family. And then fourthly, we have eros, R-O-S, and that's romantic love. And then lastly, we have pragma. This is very interesting, this one, because pragma is what a lot of people are in and don't even realize it. When you're when you love pragmatically, it's a practical, committed love based on shared goals and values. Love not based on emotions, but rather on logic or practicality. A lot of people love that. You ask people that's unhappy and you say, well, why are you still there? Well, So my question, again, for the ending up on my part is, do you know how you love?
That's a good one.
If you can just tell us how you love, then we can identify which one it is for you. Just awesome. So that you know.
Awesome. I'm going to go ahead and finish up on mine, and Ken, we'll let you take it out. Because mine comes straight behind what my sister just said, and I'm going to read it off so you can literally see why we are loved and been in this type of lifestyle for the longest. This is what it says. We are commanded to love everyone as we love ourselves, even our enemies. Healthy love does not want to see harm come to another because we would not want harm to come to ourselves. There are no degree of love, just types of love. One can love others as neighbors, strangers, friends, enemies, family, or romantically, but the foundation is the same. Love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
So I leave you with that. I always leave off with this one. Don't never forget to forgive, to give, and to love. And that's going to give you peace and happiness. Amen.
Yes, as I prepare to end, what I want to say to you guys is love is everything. When you love, you don't beat people up. When you love, you don't rob people. When you love, you don't kill. When you love is the opposite of kill. When you love, you respect people. When you love, you have you loving. When you love, you just let it go. Let it be what it's going to be. Let it do what it's going to do. Love doesn't steal. Love doesn't cheat. Love doesn't lie. Love is simple. Love is kind. Love is joy. Love is peace. Love is all those things. But and we don't shoot for that. This show is to remind us, is to shoot for love in your life. Love in your life will make the problems go away. Because when you love, God said love will conquer a multitude of sins. Amen. So that's what we do. Thank you guys.
I just want to say one last thing. Love makes things grow. And I love you guys. And I see you growing.
You too. Y'all be good out there and down in LA. Doris is in Los Angeles.
I'm not in LA. I'm in
you in the Los Angeles area. Don't nobody want to know about no
she's in Inland Empire. She told you what she had. She's in Inland Empire.
I know. But something, people outside of Los Angeles don't call them. People live down there, and when you're talking out here, we don't know them other little cities. So you say the big city.
That's why I say the little city.
She said,
I'm in Oakland. I'm in Oakland, California. Okay. You in Charlotte, North Carolina, and
I'm in the Inland Empire.
Now I'm gonna let you be wherever you want to be, babe. You can do anything and say anything you want to do. Just don't call me late. All right.
I
Y'all,
won't.
thank y'all for coming by. We're gonna get better, you guys. This is only our second show, our first show with our sister, and you did a great job, sister. And we are looking forward to. Let me see if I can get my closing up. You know, I ain't gonna tell them next time when we put the closing up. I'm just gonna be able to put it up. And how we gonna close this thing, y'all? I don't know. Hopefully I'll close it better next time. Assets closing. Here it goes. Show that.
All right. All right.
Peace, love, and happiness.
That was really good, guys. I'm proud of each.
What you
man.
think, bro?
It was good.
Yeah. I was
I
gonna
don't know.
watch.
Yeah, it's ended. Make sure it's ended.
Oh, it is. I thought it did end it. Let's see it. It's the outro is counting down, and I'm gonna get some music to put on that too, so it sound right.
Okay.
So, because I mean, that needs to have some music. We went right at about 31 minutes. 31. Let's see, it's going to be a total of 31.56.